All right, so if you're keeping score, I just installed this light in the bathroom above our tub, and I did this in the other bathroom, man, doing some drywall work. I had to fish the MC cable through the ceiling from the existing fixture over to the new fixture. And you had to do I got to do a little drywall work. Well, the drywall, this is for all the DIYers that, if you're like me, it's taken me years to kind of figure out how to do drywall. But what I've learned is that when you do drywall, your first coat has to be Durabond, which is a concrete setting type of mud. And what that does, that kind of ensures that the mud is not going to crack. It sets like concrete. It's really hard. You can buy it in different time settings. That there's Durabond 20, which means it sets in 20 minutes. I think there's a Durabond 45. There's a Durabond 90, but that's the stuff you want to use for your first coat. And then afterwards, that first coat is going to be, if you overfill it too much, you're going to make a mess when you sand it. So the key is not to go too high. But the key with Durabond is you want to fill those big gaps and get your tape set. If you're using fiberglass mesh, you want to use that. But then for the following coat, that easy sanding drywall is what you want to use. And here's the reason why. Very simply, I do this all the time and it comes out looking like glass. So this is the third and final coat for the drywall on the ceiling. And basically all I'm going to do to sand it is use a wet washcloth. With that easy sanding mud, that's all you really need to do to make this stuff as smooth as glass. So here I have on my hand, it's a wet washcloth, and it's going to keep the sand from building up or from getting in the air. And you just, look at this. You just wipe right across this and it comes out smooth as glass. No mess, no fuss, no cuss. And I'm pretty sure after this coat, I'm going to be able to finish with, I'm going to be able to paint it. So sometimes if you get it too wet, it's something you have to learn. If you get it too wet, you're going to get some lines in there, but that takes it down to an, nice, smooth, even finish. You can see right here, you got some rough edges. You just take a wet washcloth, you smooth those out, and it's as smooth as butter. And that, I got a little bump right there. We can buff that out and you'll never see that. And then the final test with doing drywall is you take a light and you hold it adjacent to the ceiling and you just test it. And you take a spotlight and you just test it from all directions, and it'll reveal those imperfections that you might see later. Also, on all the big jobs that I work on, the drywallers, for their second and third coat, they use a tinted mud. It's tinted yellow because with the tint in it, you can see all of those imperfections more clearly. If you go to, like, I go to Home Depot and they sell, here, let me see. I'm gonna dig up this is the stuff that they sell at Home Depot here. This is USG dust control. Okay, that's the stuff that they sell for homeowners. But the stuff the pros use, they get it in a square box and it actually has a tint to it. And with the tint, you can see the imperfections more, and you can actually, you'll be able to get a better finish on it. So there's a little tip from the pro, but there's our nice, smooth, like a baby's bottom drywall finish with a washcloth, just a wet washcloth. No mess, no fuss, no cuss. There you go. Send $99.95 to my email address. All right, thanks.